Yes, there's a lot of people that pathologically lie on me to violate my rights, and I know conspiracy to violate rights is a felony charge. And some kind of way, I've fallen through the cracks over 300 and something times with different law enforcement agencies. I don't think it's by mistake. I don't think it's I'm really falling through the cracks. I think I'm being targeted, which is criminal. So for some reason, people pathologically lie on me, and it puts my safety at risk. The police department allows people to terrorize me. My abuser says that he's controlling them. But I've been deprived of law enforcement for serious events, hit and runs, car accidents, murder, assaults with a deadly weapon, 30 something false arrests, identity theft, cyber crimes, cyber stalking, gang stalking, a lot of extreme events. And if I'm being terrorized, it's not safe for me to live in this country. No one has put you guys under control for over a decade. And you have been outraged. I don't know if you're going to have a civilian abuse your badge and gun and just tell them to up and kill me and to be cowardly and not take accountability for your own crimes. You guys have been cowards for a long time and terrorizing communities to commit crimes for you, and nothing's ever done.
Okay, Ms. Clark, and the number you gave me is a good number.
Okay, so this is the Motel 6 that's on the other video. I'm getting these calls.
You're going to help me progress?
I've asked you numerous times to stop calling me. December 28th, 2020. They're making fun of me. Keep playing on my phone. They're making fun of me because the police department's enforcing that I don't get anywhere. They're keeping me deliberately on a hamster wheel in Malice. So then this one, viewer discretion advised for this.
The phone on me, pay on the card.
What?
Why did you keep hanging up the fucking phone that pay on a card for 25?
She's giving me my birthday.
I'm coming over there, Tayana, and I'm going to have my way with you.
Well, I hope the feds or the CIA or something is going to have their way with all these people involved in these schemes. The police told Motel 6 to give me, deny me of services. Hello? I didn't get the call. Hello?
Hi, is this Ms. Clark?
Yes.
Hi, Ms. Clark. This is Sergeant Garcia with the Victoria County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, I'm sorry, Sergeant what?
Garcia.
Okay.
Hey, how can I help you?
And may I have your badge number?
Of course, 213.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because I've been getting terrorized and I have been falling through the cracks about 300 and plus times. I feel like I'm being deprived of law enforcement and I don't feel safe because I've had prank calls, death threats, and I've been trapped in and denied of all law enforcement. And my abuser says that he's about to do some things this week. And he started off by having locations, one location this week, deprived me of assistance and therapy for trauma and then slander me. And then another situation, I got out today and then the person slandered me to keep me from making a purchase. But it's been going on years and I haven't been able to report it. So I'd like to report that. I'd like to report that to you.
Okay. Can we meet in person or do you want to do it over the phone?
Over the phone. My abuser says that he's going to enlist y'all to set up a false arrest, and it's happened almost 30 other times.
Okay. Alrighty. Give me 1 second here to get all situated. And can you tell me your first name, please?
It's Keith. Not only there's some kind of way, there's 300 reports that I've fallen through the cracks, and my abuser has sent threats. I have emails. And each time I try to report it, I get punished. In fact, each time I report an abuse, I get punished and mistreated. Like at the Target I was at, someone wouldn't let me through. And they kept coming at me with their card, and kept blocking me from moving forward. And other parties kept doing it. So I just said I was going to leave with my purchases. And they wouldn't let me buy. And then I was put out for trying to get by past someone in Malice.
Okay. Yeah, that's an issue. What is your abuser's name?
Jason, Joson.
Okay. And do you have a good phone number for him?
One moment, let me get it. There was an online situation, and when I ended the online situation, Itasca police a couple of days later, I went to a domestic violence organization, and multiple parties in the community had slandered me and was scheming to take away from my daughter on false statements. So I had a lot going on, all different directions, and I realized that it was carefully orchestrated and meticulously created this issue. Hold on. So I was bombarded. He was furious. So he likes to bombard me with trauma and emotional
Okay.
distress. He gets off on it. So there was
Okay.
like pathological lies from all different directions, multiple different parties, like back to back to back to back. So I had to repeatedly call the police, and I realized I was being set up. And then tried to show the police emails and evidence of me being terrorized and being illegally monitored, voyeurism crimes, and of all these crimes that were being committed. And he walked off while I was talking. And 2 days later, lied on me, said I was assaulted them and evaded arrest. It was a blatant lie. They said that I couldn't
Okay.
call and report crimes anymore. They were
Okay.
coming for
Were
me.
you on a relation? Were you on a relationship?
I don't know what was happening. It was supposed to be an online relationship. He chose to chat with me through multiple
Okay.
different fake pages. I didn't understand. He did call me and then played on my phone, and I blocked him.
Okay.
I don't understand. I thought that I knew he was really wealthy. He's hiding his wealth now. I thought maybe he was just trying to check me out and fill me out because he was really wealthy. I made excuses for his behavior. But when I saw
Sure.
that he liked playing mind games and he just wasn't going to grow past playing mind games and being childish, I felt that it was fruitless for me to speak with him because he was getting
Okay.
off on tormenting me. That was his whole
Yeah.
objective. So when I realized
That's
that he
awful.
did that I got away from it and went to a domestic violence organization because the Tasca police
Mhm.
would not investigate someone busting my car windows out, eventually putting sugar in my tank, then break-ins,
Dude,
stealing
what's
two
up?
TVs, me being gang stalked, people coming in, voyeurism crimes, threats, cars coming up
Okay.
me like at me and my daughter, multiple different false statements, abuse at my daughter's school, slander in the neighborhood, all kinds of insanity. They wouldn't investigate
Yeah.
any of it. So
That's awful.
nonetheless, they took me to jail for trying on a blatant lie, and ever since then, I've been getting violated by multiple different jurisdictions. He says that he's bought off the
Well,
police and paid them in full, and they'll always protect him.
I'm sorry that you're having to go through that and you're getting that response from us. That's not okay. Okay. How long did you know Mr. Gardner? What would you say that time period? A year, a month, a couple of days?
My life has been pretty peculiar. I'm really thinking that I met him that I'm aware of around 2015.
Okay.
I had a brief chance with someone, and I met him and he invited me to a house party, and I don't do things like that, so I didn't go. And then I had all this bombarded with all these people that I didn't know trying to meet me. But it was weird because I didn't really wasn't really involved online, and then all these people wanted to chat with me, and I
Yeah.
think that he was behind it. He was communicating
Okay.
with me on fake pages, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
What
nonetheless,
website did y'all meet on?
he
Sorry to cut you off.
he liked to chat with me on Facebook. If someone were to do law enforcement, you can see that one it has the same kind of communication from multiple different
Mm-hmm.
pages. And
Oh, okay. Yeah.
all of my friends got hacked on Facebook, and now
Okay.
all of my friends are being hacked on my devices, on my phone.
Okay.
I have circles of
Oh,
friends, and their devices are being hacked, and my friends got
yeah.
hacked on Facebook.
Okay. I get that. Well, thanks for that synopsis there. All right. So, what are you trying to report today? That nothing was ever done, or the Victoria Police Department's issue? What's going on with
All
that?
of it. I would want to report
Okay.
why people are scheming to keep me from making purchases. It jeopardizes my
All right. So,
safety because my food
yeah. So
supply has been cut off.
Sure. So let's break that one down. Okay. So what's going on with that? How do you feel like you're being not having access to law enforcement?
Because they have 300 and something reports, hidden runs they won't report, assaults they won't
Okay.
report, me being trapped and terrorized, prank calls, tormenting, people
Okay.
scheming, telling me to get out that I don't even know, trying to purchase food, desperate, all that kind of
Okay.
thing. Cars coming at
What
me, my friends, my kids.
Yeah. What agencies are involved in that?
I have a YouTube channel. Can I give it to you? And you can see it's an army full of agencies.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
Dallas, Denton, Fort Worth,
Okay.
Grand Prairie. My YouTube
Okay.
channel is Kiana, Key. So if indeed multiple different jurisdictions are depriving me of law enforcement for profit, is that a crime?
Give me 1 second. I got distracted. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
705 Southwest Meridian. David Williams called.
So, one more time, what was your question?
If multiple different jurisdictions are depriving me of law enforcement for profit for serious reports, is that a crime?
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. We need to hold people accountable. We cannot, law enforcement cannot be bought off. If we have that, then we have a bigger problem on our hands. And that's not what we stand for when we, take oath for the Constitution. So definitely, that's definitely a crime if that's going on.
Okay, well, thank you for your honesty. And that's what I'm trying to report tonight, that it's going on.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah. Okay, so do you have any kind of, anything recent here in Victoria that this is going on?
Yes, I reported to Casilia's death threats. Hold on one moment, I'll get it for you. Okay, I reported to Casilia's death threats, and he chose to cover for that. And just a minute, I'm going over all the reports that I made.
Okay, who covered that up? Who's
Casilia's badge number 1538.
Can you spell that name? I'm having an issue hearing you.
Casillas. Badge number 1538.
And who are they with?
Victoria PD.
Okay, VPD. Okay, so how did this officer? What did they do? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I showed him the email where someone with the heading and email address attached to it saying, "I'm going to shoot you in your head." The police department's bought off and paid in full. They will always cover for me. You're powerless. We're going to poison you. We're going to assassinate you. You'll never see your daughter again. All these, it's several different emails. I have emails now. I raped you. All this, you're dead. I'm going to rape your corpse. And I'm bombarded with emails like this, and the police department repeatedly covers for it. People threaten me in person. At shelters have gotten a shower with me, terrorized me. 3 or 4 people look at me at one time on camera footage, stare at me and monitor me the whole time, and I have to normalize it. I reported to staff that I'm being stalked and violated. They threatened to put me out in multiple different locations, enforcing that I take mistreatment and abuse like this. The same party that got in the shower with me, just looking at me nude, I had to take that. They wouldn't do anything about it. She came at me. 3 staff had to hold me back. Later on, she tried to attack me and take my phone. I called the police. The police came and covered for it and drove off while I was talking and almost ran me over. My device wouldn't cover for it. This happened in Austin. I tried to report death threats, was arrested. I tried to report that I was harassed and threatened by multiple different other parties. He wouldn't investigate that. And cars coming at me on camera footage on the YouTube channel uploaded. He covered for that. I went to a domestic violence organization trying to get help. They wouldn't help me. I called the police on them because it's happened years, and he covered for that. So this was just multiple different jurisdictions. In Fort Worth, I fled from Fort Worth because I was being mistreated in Dallas like that. So I fled to Fort Worth. Fort Worth arrested me at One Safe Place domestic violence organization twice. They took my freedom. Then at Texas Women's Center, they also came and gave me a criminal trespass for trying to flee there. They threatened my arrest at Walmart for reporting harassment and gave me a criminal trespass at the other Walmart for reporting I had a theft. And then they gave me a criminal trespass from Beautiful Feet when my abuser was mad to cut off my food supply there. They gave me a criminal trespass at Union Gospel Mission in Fort Worth. They serve food there. Then they enlisted PNS Shelter to deprive me of shelter there in the scheme, and True Worth to deprive me of my mail with 2 debit cards in it. So they forced me out of Fort Worth in corruption. I moved to Austin to get what you just heard. Then I moved to Victoria, and then they're doing the same thing here. I had to leave Dallas because they had criminal trespasses. They were so out of control. They were giving me criminal trespasses at hotel stays, hospitals. They did it in Denton. They blacklisted me from Denton. They came to Salvation Army. They came to Our Daily Bread. There's only 2 shelters there. And they gave me criminal trespasses, keeping me from that location. So each time I
Yeah.
build up stability, the police department commits crimes and uproots me from stability in all my environments. So I have to keep
Okay.
on being moved. It's enforced by the government. So
Okay.
multiple different times I go in to make purchases, and it's prearranged before I come in to scam to keep me from purchases. So I went to stores and strangers have said, "Get out," that I don't know. I went to Jack in the Box because I was blacklisted from all local show services and food supplies. So I caught the bus. I put on my phone this location to get to Jack in the Box, and that was my favorite fast food restaurant. And Jack in the Box told me to get out, or they called the police. They had just took someone order. I saw them hand them food, and then they put me out. I had it recorded. So I
That's
was just
awful.
showing, I was just showing my YouTube community how God was at Motel 6, and I was getting all these harassing prank calls threatening me and on my phone, and I wouldn't answer them anymore. I didn't know who was
Oh,
calling, if it was the organization to help, and I couldn't take the torture and abuse, so I stopped answering my phone. So whoever it was prank calling me and threatening me called on the hotel's phone. So that meant that they knew where I was, these people that were threatening my life. That means
okay.
that's clear cut stalking. So I reported it to the police, Garland Police. They never investigated and told Motel 6 to deny me all future hotel stays. So then I didn't know
Okay.
that they did that when I came out to report the prank calls. So it was raining and storming, and I had tracked through the mud, and my feet were all muddy, and I was wet. And I went to Motel 6, forced into homelessness, denied all shelter, all on the planet, calling years, and couldn't get off the streets in corruption. So I went to Motel 6 to flee the cold and rain December 31st. And Motel 6 says that when the police came and took that report from me, they told them to not give me check out a room for me again.
Okay.
So,
I've been through a lot, Ms. Clark.
yes, I have.
Okay. Going back to Officer Casillas, did he give you a case number or any kind of the event ID number in
He
reference to
did,
that
but
report
none of it
whenever?
has ever been investigated. They don't want to incriminate my abuser. Not 300 something reports have never been investigated, including when a man
Okay.
threw me down on the ground and pulled the trigger. He was a gang stalker. Including when someone
Okay.
actually hit my son with a car, and it happened prior to that. That wasn't investigated either. So these are serious
Okay.
events that no one will investigate, including identity theft. And why Dallas Police Headquarters threatened my arrest for reporting someone stole $2,000 out of my account.
That's a problem. We need to get a hold of somebody if that happened. That's ridiculous. Okay. Can I get that case number that Officer Casillas gave you?
Okay, one moment. It's 25024349. And then I reported
Okay.
to Pullman a police criminal activity and misconduct, the same thing that I'm reporting to you. It wasn't investigated. And then I
Okay.
reported that crimes with Austin police, when I was violated in jail, when I was arrested in Austin for reporting death threats.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I fled from Dallas to Fort Worth, and then fled from Fort Worth to Austin. And Austin arrested me for reporting death threats. I was terrorized in jail
Okay.
and then dismissed on the false charges. Then, when my abuser
Sure.
was mad and I was in Victoria, he scammed that they released me in error to may hold something over my head so he can set up another false arrest. So I
Okay.
served time on the false charges. They dismissed them and released me, and then scammed that they released me in error, so it'd still be a warrant for my arrest.
Huh. Okay. When was the last time you talked to your abuser?
He's sending me emails. He sent one today. The email states that he told me all of this can stop if I continue the online relationship. Let me read it to you. This is just the one from 8:38. I have multiple different emails saying that he told me not to get out, and the people at Target today were control. It's making it blurry, but Jason sent payments in advance to local Walmarts in the Central Texas area, so don't even think about going there tomorrow or anything in the future. And he's stating that these baskets will seem like bumper cars at the fair with how fast they will be coming at you. All this will stop if you restart the online relationship. So I get terrorized in stores,
Yeah.
and they play petty.
What email is he? What is he sending you? Like, what's his email? What's his email? I'm sorry.
It's hidden. It just says Jason Clark Gardner. The reason why it
Okay.
says Jason Clark Gardner, I was getting terrorized in jail and I wasn't getting law enforcement, couldn't go to court. They were violating me, putting me on lockdown. So I wrote him and I wrote him as Kiana Clark Gardner.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he's
Okay.
trying to be funny and writing Jason Clark Gardner because I wrote him trying to appease him and not be violated as Kiana Clark Gardner. He's letting me know that he
Okay.
got that letter and putting Jason Clark Gardner
Okay.
that I wrote
gotcha.
to his
Can
business.
you forward? Will you forward that to me, please?
Okay, what's the email address?
Yeah, it'll be O as in ocean, and then GARCIA at VCTX.org. Again, O Garcia at VCTX.org.
Okay.
Alrighty, so going back to Mr. Casillas here, so you reported with them, nothing was done. Other than your abuser telling you that he's going to pay out the police, what else is making you believe that the police are being paid off?
Because they came like when I was in Dallas using transit, all fixed up. 7 police came from nowhere and took me to jail and never told me why they did it. And I was at New Beginnings in Garland just for attending a domestic violence support group. The police showed up from nowhere, assaulted and arrested me and took me to jail. When I was at our daily bread for trying to flee abuse, just waiting to get services, the police department showed up, the same one that showed up at a church and gave me a criminal trespass that I enjoyed the fellowship there. The police department came and multiple different, the police department came to Frank Crowley and removed me pushing and shoving, the marshals as well as police. Then I came back a second time. They came there. I came to George Allen. They came there. I went to Fort Worth 2 times, district attorney. The police department came twice to keep me from getting help. That would be an indicator. No one is telling these people to come. They're illegally monitoring me. When I was at Red Roof Inn all day calling for ever since 3 a.m., everything that was open 24 hours. People do this here lately. I can't really hear because their radio's really loud.
Okay, I understand.
So at 3 a.m., I had gotten on the phone that places that were open 24 hours, and I tried to be productive ever since 3 and call all the way to like 11, reporting the crimes that the police were committing. So they came on their own to Red Roof Inn and tried to frame me with mental illness, but they were cowardly because I was recording. So they went to go entice Red Roof Inn to take the fall for their crime, and they had Red Roof Inn staff lie on me as an alibi to take my freedom because they were about to detain me for mental illness. But since I was recording, they had to go to Plan B. And Plan B was have a Red Roof Inn take the fall for their crime. So they used entrapment when I was asking them what I did wrong for them to remove me and rush me out the hotel room. They arrested me because they had no excuse. I had paid for a room a whole week and they don't like me. They like me to be terrorized. And multiple different other times they've interrupted hotel stays in Dallas. So they not only committed the crime, but they enlisted someone else to take the fall for the crime. So they assaulted me at Red Roof Inn and tied me off. My arm was hurting. I couldn't barely move it for 4 or 5 months. It hurt. I couldn't barely shower because I couldn't move my arm and I couldn't get medical treatment. That's a lawsuit, but I haven't been able to get legal representation. And then, and to add insult to injury, I had my money, my debit card, and all my things, and he sent it back to Red Roof Inn so I can be penniless upon my release. And then they wouldn't let me use transit, so I was trapped, and it was getting cold outside. So when they released me, they didn't have any of my items. They took it back to Red Roof so I could be stuck out on the streets and fend for myself, knowing that they were going to list all locations to deprive me of services like they did. So since it was cold and I was afraid for my life because I kept getting threatened, I went to Baylor Hospital and told them I was having a mental crisis. Baylor Hospital police put me out of Baylor Hospital. So I was scared for my life and knew that I couldn't get shelter and trapped. I couldn't get food or nothing. So then I don't know how I managed. So I asked the police to take me to Parkland Hospital. They wouldn't. It's getting loud again. So I asked the police to take me to Parkland Hospital. They wouldn't. In some kind of way, I think I got on the train and just hope that they didn't put me off the train without paying. And I got to Parkland that way. And I told Parkland I was having a mental crisis. They let me in the hospital and then terrorized me. And that's how I was able to, it was a cold front coming in. And I had summer clothes on. So it wouldn't have been safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why if police are assaulting you and arresting you for no reason, this happened at New Beginnings in Garland. I went to the Plano location. The police department came there. I went to in Fort Worth. The police department came to multiple different locations. So then after they stopped coming, they had security come. So security came to the family place in Dallas because I wanted services. And then threatened a criminal trespass, not only for that location, he knew that I worked in the mall. He shouldn't have known that. But he lied and said the criminal trespass at the family place to get me to leave would extend to the mall too, which is impossible. The family place can't give me criminal trespasses for other businesses. But they were so crooked, I didn't know if they would, so I left.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Ms. Clark, okay?
Okay.
Harm him if he doesn't like the property.
I don't know what I record my calls, and I don't know if they heard that the police department. It's nothing. Never mind. That they knew I record my calls and the crimes that were committed at Midcoast.
Okay.
So what you don't know, YouTube. I don't know if they'll just beat at the door. They've done it years. So it may not seem like it, but I'm terrified because they may just come like they've done all these years and just take my freedom. This is how I have to live. I'm terrified. I don't know if they will. And I don't know if this time if they'll just murder me and everybody cover for it.
Okay. Okay. So right now you fear your abuser, is that correct?
No, I fear that the police will take bribes and just come from nowhere and arrest me like they've been doing.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah, so that sounds like official oppression. Let me pull up that law real quick.
7429 locals Mariah Peno, white female out of Victoria, has an ID card of she's a protected party in a
Chapter 32.03, official oppression, and it states the following: a public servant acting under color of his office or employment commit the offense if he, 1, intentionally subjects another to mistreatment or to arrest, detain, search, seize, disposition, assessment, or in lieu that he knows is unlawful, or 2, intentionally denies or impedes another in the exercise or enjoyment of any kind, any right, privilege, power, or immunity, knowing his conduct is unlawful, or 3, intentionally subjects another to sexual harassment. So if what you're alleging is true, that's definitely a crime, and we need to put a stop to it. Because if not, then we're going to have a bigger issue in our hands. And if people can't trust the law enforcement, then it's not good for anybody. Okay, well, I will definitely get this situated for you, Miss.
Okay, so another concern I have is today my abuser said that I would have a rough week, and Holt 1403 and Little 1570 came to Target to give me a criminal trespass and malice. So they were waiting outside of Target and no one called them. And they had my birthday and I didn't give it to them. You can check the body cam footage. So they knew who I was and they premeditated that I'd arrive because I scheduled a ride to Target with transit.
Okay.
And this has happened years. So what they did was they enticed Josh at Target to scam to keep me from making a purchase because my abuser don't like me shopping.
Okay.
And then all one would have to do is law enforcement. That's my concern. So they need to cut off my food supply. I'll wait till the radio's not going.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem. So typically what they do is like I said, they force me out because they build up a whole bunch of criminal trespasses. So did I already give you Holt's information and Little's information, the ones that were in cahoots with scamming to keep me from going to Target for a year?
You have not, Ms. Clark, but I have a serious call that just dropped. Do you mind if I give you a call back in like 30 minutes?
Can I have the report number?
Yeah, of course. Let me get one generated for you. 213 so that's the case number. That's going to start out as S as in Sam 25, and then -0, and then I'll get the last 4 for you. And again, I apologize. I just
2-326-02326.
okay. It's going to be S as in Sam 25-0326. And again, just give me like 30 minutes, Ms. Clark. If that's okay. Are you still going to be awake?
I am.
Okay. All right. Let me go take care of this, and then I will give you a call back, and I'll get some more information from you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
I don't know how to describe it, but to not know if they're going to knock on the door and just do like they've been doing and just take my freedom, you just don't know.